our data wasn't changing. It was so stagnant and really kind of hopeless is what I felt like. I've been in our district all of my career basically, and there was no impact to be made. No matter what we seemed to do, it would barely move the bar, if at all.
We had a very phonics-heavy curriculum. We adopted a whole language reading curriculum. And in my gut, I just knew that that wasn't the way to teach kids how to read.
When No Child Left Behind came along and they said, oh, we're not going to do that anymore, we're now going to do this, there were many of us who had been trained who said, okay, but we're still going to do the science of reading, the good foundational skills that kids need in order to read.
You know the old saying that everyone is 6 degrees separation from Kevin Bacon? In the reading world, we say everyone is 6 degrees separation from Emily Hanford, because Emily Hanford is the reason that we started this work. Back about 4 years ago, I read her article, Hard Words, and I read that article and I really just started to think, what the heck is going on? And so I looked up the data for Los Angeles County early reading, and I wanted to know what was happening with that. And why was this problem existing? So did more research and study, and long story short, ended up starting this project to do something more comprehensive than just a conference or a one-day event for folks to come to. Really wanted to build something that could be used across the state, that could be used for a long time, that was palatable. And we really just wanted to make sure that it would be something that would be lasting, that could make a big impact. And so Getting Reading Right was born.
So my partnership with Lancaster as part of the CLSD grant was extra special for me, because I was really the boots on the ground, the support that went out to visit the school sites. And that allowed me to really get to know the coaches. I worked alongside them in trying to make sure that their teachers had everything that they needed. I had a chance to attend PLC meetings where I could see teachers taking a deep dive into their data and really fine-tuning their instruction and how they can meet the needs of their students. I also had a chance to be part of their literacy events, which were wonderful. That included lots of community partners, families, and it really was such a wonderful thing to have a chance to work with Lancaster as part of this grant.
The Getting Reading Right project addressed challenges right from the get-go. I think really seeking out Lancaster as a district in need of systemic change and just really kind of leaning into all aspects of support.
The biggest challenge is some teachers not using the work explicitly, not sticking to the script, and trying to get them to understand that this is a crisis. Getting them to see why this has to happen. This is not a choice. Showing them success. When they start to see success, then they start to buy in.
The biggest challenge is that when it comes to using the science and using all the research, every year, every class, every group of students are different and everyone has different needs. And so it's pulling together all those resources and knowing which ones to use.
The most challenging part of this work has really been time. It's a huge shift for our teachers and our administrators and all of our staff across the district to really understand what goes into the science of reading and using a structured literacy approach. And so to train accurately, get on the same page, develop a common understanding, and really get to where we need to be, we need time.
My knowledge has shifted quite a bit. It's more so focused on what my students need, reading skills-wise, as opposed to what the textbook gives me.
I feel like when I first began, I almost knew nothing. I kept learning and went, now I have to get this to everybody I know.
My growth as a teacher of reading has been fantastic. I've just gotten better, as the grant has progressed. You see it in the test scores, you see it in their students' ability to read.
The greatest change that we've seen is instruction that's delivered in the classrooms. The grant gave our teachers a very good background of early literacy and reading and all of the different strategies that they can use. Our teachers are using Haggerty, they're using SIPs, they're assessing our students.
My knowledge has shifted some. I've always believed that phonics was an important foundation for literacy, but I've learned more about the science of reading, and now I have a proven process for teaching reading, and I know it doesn't just stop in the early grades.
My knowledge over the last 2.5 years when we have used and implemented the strategies through the GRR has changed me forever.
Alrighty, this one I get to change. The word is farm. I'm going to change f to ch. Oh, nice. Yeah, like Lucky Charms. Gift, change ga to sh. Ship. Nice. Bank, change ba to tha. Good.
The main thing that I've done is I'm explicit with my phonics instruction. The kids are getting SIPs and Haggerty daily. They're playing with words. They're doing rhymes. I am really strong with my phonemic instruction.
The greatest impact in our work, I think, is really providing teachers the opportunity to have a shared language. And our partner schools really showed us that the power of shared learning, shared understanding, common language, and those collaborative conversations that come with really providing that kind of foundation is incredibly powerful. And that was something that was really missing, and we couldn't have done that on our own. We couldn't have created something like this on our own. So partnering with LACO to be able to provide this was really, really impactful for our teachers.
The partnership with a larger county office has been important as it gives us access to materials and support that we would not be able to attain on our own. LACO is able to make connections with researchers, practitioners, and consultants to provide top quality professional development that we are then able to gain access to.
For the impact on students, I'm seeing a lot of consistency.
The bottom line, the impact on students is that they're reading.
We are actually giving them real tools so that they can be successful, so that they will be good readers, so that they know how to attack words, so that they can eventually read anything.
The impact has been a huge confidence boost for them. It's really great to see them excited about reading and they love it. And then we've also seen a huge increase in their skills in blending, segmenting, and their reading abilities. I feel like I'm sending more kids to first grade knowing how to read than I have in the past.
Is there any at the end? Yes. Long or short? Long. Sound A. Sounds k, a, t. Read skate. Let's try this one. The impact on my students has been tremendous. They learn a lot faster, and it's rewarding for me to see as a teacher because they're doing well and they're prepared for the next grade.
When you get to see those students who actually can sound out a word, who actually know the rules, even the students who know how to read are learning just like I did. Oh, that's the rule? That's why? And they're like, that's cool. And when you see the kids have those aha moments when they're in elementary school rather than when they're a full-grown adult like me, then it's really encouraging for their futures. This is a kind of hopeless feeling. Like there was no impact to be made. No matter what we seemed to do, it would barely move the bar, if at all. And all of a sudden, there's like an impact to be made. I've never felt something in my whole career. Ooh, it feels emotional saying that. I've literally never had anything in my whole career that I felt like was going to make a difference that for the next half, because I'm in like kind of towards the middle of my career, that I'm going to be able to spend the rest of it and like be like I did something that was important, and this is it.
It has helped me come in more confident, ready to teach our students, and it works. It really works.
I'm most proud of my teachers. Change is hard. There's been lots of changes with behaviors on the campus, with what they're responsible to do in the classrooms, and they're doing the job. They're doing all the hard work in the classrooms, and they're seeing successes with their students. So I'm most proud of my teachers.
I'm most proud of walking into those classrooms and seeing our children using the skills that they now have to solve the problems that they have. it's been beautiful to watch on both ends. The students gaining this knowledge and teachers finding the confidence and seeing the results, and now are starting to really understand why we have to do this.
I mean, it's exciting to just be able to watch this work unfold. It's exciting to see it grow and spread. It's exciting to see teachers take on new learning, apply it in their classroom, and see those outcomes with their students.
I want to give a shout out to our school. I feel like all of our teachers have really gotten behind the strategies that we have learned during GRR. We are seeing phenomenal growth. My colleagues were collaborating like we've never collaborated before. So I am really proud to work with a group of colleagues that are in it to win it.
I think one thing we're most proud of in this district, one is our teachers and our administrators, everyone who's put in the work and the effort into this. It has not been easy. But alongside that are the family and community engagement activities we've done, where we're bringing in our families, we're bringing in resources from the community, and we're not just making it a fun activity, we're engaging with families, teaching them how to continue that learning at home so that they're empowered and their students continue to learn how to read at home. My next steps are going to be continuing to implement SIPs and small groups, continuing to share my love of reading with the students so that they grow up, with the love of reading too.
As this grant comes to a close, our next step is really to systematize this to make this initiative in reading sustainable for life.
I am so grateful to LACO for joining us on this journey and giving us the opportunity to learn the strategies that we've learned. Sometimes it's been messy, but they've stuck with us. Our kids and our teachers are really benefiting from it.
Whenever I read a book, I get to be in a different dimension. I get to understand. I get to experience it. In a movie, it's really it's only an hour long. But when you read, it's like you're in a different world and you could experience it because they describe it. And when you step into that world, when you start reading, it really is just a wonder to see all those new words and to see all of those new experiences.